But say Takwa go feel so say if I go South Africa MD no matter on one can no more twat ones in some fata.
MD no
artist or twat say everything they do everything possible. Ama Ramaphosa so one more to say so mrano. Share man pain.
Well, xenophobic attacks on some of the Ghanaians and just Nigerians are almost South Africa no. I escalate at the same eba. Now we and trigger a lot of conversation with people of Ghana had here. Just almost everybody is condemning the act. But of course, Yabeko Asempa FM. A more political show also. Now will be a host Omanhene Kwabena Asante. Now Unkomodi Diamuno and Omanhene Dim Komopi F4 a year go face. Omulizis na Omopese Omoma government no. A renew omo contract no. And if you companies are and so I Ghana ha. Mede munchemu ebebron. Ye wie no. And honorable a minister for Foreign Affairs, Northton MP, Honorable Samuel Okujeto Abrakwa, and also Ekodin Komo LTV3, one Afro Okensi, Bisa and some, and Bisa say, I'm offering Okensi Bisa say, how many South Africans any live Ghana say? I must say, according to NIA, a report that says, South Africans go Mulu Ghana Han, and Yasam go to 3,194. I just say, Ghana has seen 3,194 South Africans and organizers, including their own companies, MTN, Lumian Yesu, available, it can be Shoprite, it can be, I think the Eco Bank, and the banks P, it can be. Intero, and then Sempia, a co now, young co Asempa, na inquity Nkoma, or Omanhene Kwabena Asante, Edi, F4 go face, or more uncommon.
But say Takwa go feel so say if I go South Africa MD no matter on one can no more twat ones in some fata.
MD no
artist or twat say everything they do everything possible. Ama Ramaphosa so one more to say so mrano. Share man pain check the tempo of the country on the treatment these people have meted out to Africans. We are not advocates for sebi foolishness. We are not. But remember, you say that sense of entitlement, you know, sebi you in Ghana for no, ubet cheer for so simple, sir. You didn't at all. Because Ghana has even come to a point to say, a former good year beyond natural resources beyond or mana basi pose, ya jihadi. Do you ding? Ufa da semi day, abeshia. Ya jihadi da. It will be na manage. We are not like them. We will never be like them. But they should stop that provocation. Ghana is not South Africa, where that entitlement I will say you into A and I into B. They build him. Utim you will enjoy your peace. Or man yes saying a you faswa, a you faso. Unfortunately, me sure say you faso because and now xenophobic community you faso. But a power my money in Asia to my bo to your parliament. Say enough of it because 30 years, 35 years, a year more did it because I feel nearby also.
Me, I think that my approach to side issue would be say we should, and I think Engineer Kenashibe made a point. Say we should find a way of separating xenophobia now, in South Africa, no, from a completely business decision that we making on our minds. I don't want Ghana to make our decisions on minerals ecosystem, no, based on South Africa phobia. Because the point is, if we think so, we've gotten to a stage as a country. We have to take commanding height. Ghanaians should take commanding height of your mining sector now. And yes, xenophobia and also make a decision. If the decision is in our best interest, at any time, whether there is xenophobic attacks or there are not, we should make that decision.
Of course.
And I think my worry is the push Ghana for a pushy. In the essence, will be outside, and the person will think, say, oh, a retaliatory decision against. But I think we've gotten to a time we should make critical decisions in our mining sector, irrespective of the air cost.
Well, Baobi, that's what is happening. But the point is that whether it's here no, it's here no.
Yes.
It been that to the fact say those foolish acts now was South African quite retaliation be. But I know for sure we will always also project this aspect to the world that. We have come to that realization. Is a baby do as a minor. A former good other mineral natural resources. We want to take it ourselves, process it, and get the benefits thereof. No?
Of course.
Than say, can anybody give them 20 years, 40 years, 50 years?
Those strategic decisions should be made. I mean, South Africa can do what they are doing in their country, but we should make decisions strategically, not as a retaliation to the air cost. For example, and even when we make the decision, say. Ghana won't take commanding height in the mines. There are some new amounts who see any this streamlining industry.
That's it.
Amantie, unim say ene small scale mining in Ghana, and we make a legal small scale mining in Ghana. A contributed by 54% of general sika yenya from mining. 54%. But unim say 54%, no. Your friend is a corporate tax from Chamber of Mines figures are 500,000 Ghana cedis. 500,000 Ghana cedis. That is corporate taxes from all small scale mining companies in Ghana. Omo contributing 54% of your total mining revenue. Corporate tax, according to the Ghana Chamber of Mines, now 500,000 Ghana cedis, and your dollars, Ghana cedis, in the 5 billion, out of 54% of mining revenue. And according to Chamber of Mines, for the large scale multinational mining companies, omo corporate tax almost 19 billion.
19
billion. In as much as we clamor, say, Yama Ghana won't take commanding height, we have to also regulate the system well. Now, inquire say, oh, Ghana for I mines, that would also be problematic. And I think that the American, we have to think strategic, because at least, if for nothing at all, we've gotten to a point based on government policy, say every large scale mining company, well, mining operations should be done by Ghanaians. In the end, all mines in Ghana, large scale mining companies, move from owner mining to contract mining. In owner mining, they say me go fields, me go fields company, me to me go near Libya. Now me contract mining, me outsourcing the real mining operation to a Ghanaian company. That is now the government policy, and Ghanaian companies are running it. I mean, from Takwa Goldfields, engineers and planners. Daman na engineers and planners say EMP and Kasa take you over. Uko Heath Goldfields, the old Pristiano, a consortium of Ghanaians, and I can't boom the actual mining job. Edema Heath Goldfields, Oko Kaduna Mine, Upper East, and also I think engineers and planners, they are contract miner, into almost all the large scale mining companies, the real minerals operations, Ghanaian companies. What it tells me is that if we have the sophistication to be able to do the hard job, but Oko Takwa Mine say one of the most difficult mines in the world, but engineers and planners A2 gold, But Ocean Rock, they are still doing it. We've now built capacity. It means we're taking over our minds, and yet problem. What? But I think we have to go a step further and make sure that we do things.
But that's the point. That's starting with that business. Whatever we want to achieve now, with the kind of mindsets we are building now, that we should own some of these huge facilities. Clearly, once we are deliberate about it,
we can do it.
Whatever comes with it,
we can do it.
Whatever comes with it,
but if a Ghanaian firm is operating the most difficult mine, one of the most difficult mines in the world, then I mean, why we can do it.
The point that we've gotten to is that we've come to that realization, say, we should take over because we can.
Yes.
We should take over because the benefits in taking over are more than necessary for us as a country and as a people.
Sure.
These takeovers, definitely Ebeko Ghana for her with partisan or suspicious partisan backgrounds or exposition. So quite irrelevant for the discussion now. Now competence teach you. It's not about party coloration. Because you are non-partisan. Now, we have seen and fallen short of a certain pace in terms of development and community. But we've now opened a page. That page is the Ghana page, where an all-inclusive Ghana agenda is on the table. Where we are saying that now the Ghanaian is capable of moving Ghana the next step forward in its own way. Where we are saying that our capacity and our ready, whether health, whether road construction, whether gold, whether diamond, whatever, come along, let us move on. All this is achievable in our deliberateness. All this is achievable, but one key thing that is necessary is the kind of mindset that MSRs are building and mentality. The kuye kasiye pani amanyo sema uni faso.
Nti komodi di Omanhene Kwabena Asante oni obi edi e wa sempa and medical catch say Ghana fankasa kwa ye pese ye raise attack on their companies. Ye pekwen ye kwa age ye companies no go face can be MTF for kwa pese sack omoko. Nti ene obi nsi trodo ema toa. Ye say kakum ye jikoko mu na mo de mo aba. Se mo de mo aba de ene companies ye jiade e tenten ene ntitia ye wie ye jiade. Nti abuso obetimi so asho thoughts e comment section ase. Yenyi companies in from some gold first and renew and that's a den and also I don't know. Now honorable some could to abrakwa issue no. Say the city or say over 3,194 South Africans and our Ghana has seen a more describable lady by say in fact a point ladies no and I say lady no and the South Africans if also a treaty Ghanaians no very 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 bad unprecedented unacceptable. It's honorable some could to abrakwa.
So this is Jacinta Zuma, and this is her explanation to you essentially because this she got in touch with people around her because of the conversation. She's justifying or explaining why this happened. That she says we did something to Nigerians and so on, and the fact that we should fix the country and let people stay here to work. That's the explanation. You heard her for yourself. Now, what have you got to say on this?
Her ignorance and bigotry is most alarming. Look, first of all, when you listen to this lady, she clearly does not know that Ghana is hosting, currently as we speak, by official records, 3,194 South Africans who are living here. If you check our NIA data, the number of South Africans who have registered as non-Ghanaians to obtain the Ghana card, 3,194. 3,194 official statistics. So, to make the claim that if you travel out of your country, then you're probably out of your mind. You don't want to fix your country. Is she aware that there are over 1 million South Africans living outside South Africa? I mean, these are official statistics. And then this claim that you want to blame foreigners for crimes.
So 65%.
Crime should be handled as crime. Perpetrators should be punished. You don't distort it and use the unfortunate high crime in South Africa, which we all empathize with South Africans. I know many Ghanaians who have been victims of crime in South Africa. But you do not, because of bigotry, because of hatred, blame that on foreigners. But you see, this lady has to be taught some history. The Africans you are targeting today are the very people responsible for your liberation. It is us who came together, joined forces. Indeed, if you read Nelson Mandela's book, and I've brought a copy here, Long Walk to Freedom, the Madiba, Nelson Mandela, who led the liberation struggle in South Africa against apartheid, acknowledges the role of Ghana and many other African countries in supporting the ANC that led to the liberation of Jacinta and all of these people. And this is not how you show appreciation. Let me read from page 295 of Nelson Mandela's book, Long Walk to Freedom. When he traveled to Ethiopia to address the OAU in the early 60s. This is what he had to say about Ghana. He said, in my address, I thanked the assembled nations for exerting pressure on South Africa, citing in particular Ghana, Nigeria, and Tanganyika. You know, Tanganyika is now Tanzania. Tanganyika and Zanzibar merged to now have modern-day Tanzania, who spearheaded the successful drive to oust South Africa from the British Commonwealth. This is Nelson Mandela addressing African leaders and thanking Ghana, thanking Nigeria, thanking modern-day Tanzania for the lead role we played in liberating our brothers and sisters in South Africa. After this address, Nelson Mandela and Oliver Tambo decided to tour the whole of Africa, seeking support, because they had then decided that, look, the ANC must now move up in terms of its strategies. It must now mobilize, form an army. They must escalate to boldly confront the apartheid regime, because the massacre, the killings of blacks was no longer tenable. Where did they get their support from? African countries.
True.
And Nelson Mandela documents them country by country in his book. For example, if you come to page 300, he says, in Liberia, I met with President Tubman, who not only gave me $5,000 for weapons and training, but said in a quiet voice, quote, have you any pocket money? I confessed that I was a bit low, and instantly an aide came back with an envelope containing $400 in cash. From Liberia, I went to Ghana, where I was met by Oliver Tambo and entertained by Guinea's resident minister, Abdoulaye Diallo. And he documents leader after leader. In Senegal, he spoke highly of President Senghor. And he said, in the end, President Senghor furnished me. I'm reading from page 302. President Senghor furnished me with a diplomatic passport and paid for our plane fares from Dakar to our next destination in London. And this is how they left Africa. Ghana, if you come to the foreign ministry where I lead, we have a tall list of South Africans we issued Ghanaian passports to, because they had been declared stateless. We had to give them aliases so that they can go around, mobilize.
Enti eno e hono mo samoku de to abra kwan komokodi ye etirem number of South Africans are almost our Ghana say me de medical kan me de be ya me pen tutu pen no omunya hang no monko me media no nso she opinion na me nto nka comment section no ho no aha Ghana Gossip trend and I say Ghana Gossip TV me so and then first time with the page we so wo dia be ma kope bo mo dia na subscribe mami say be update ya me be to me ano nso sa betimi aka e bia e kama